for tuning in. And hi, I'm Pastor Lawrence Hayes, and thanks for joining us for 5 minutes. 5 minutes that we allow God just to speak and touch our lives and maybe change our attitude for the day and be able to go out there with a smile on our face and say, today is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. As I come to you today, I want to come to a very familiar scripture, John 3:16. I believe so many times we hear that verse, and we've heard it ever since that we were small, that sometimes the more we hear it, the less we think about it. And it's a great verse. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And I think about that and think about the price that had to be paid, what he was actually saying. That God loved us, that he would give his Son on a cross that we may know him, that we may be adopted in his family, that we may have life everlasting, that we could look past this world and the cares of this world and say, I've got a brighter place. But I know from time to time, with all the struggles that we go through, it feels like we get displaced and lost. And to be honest, sometimes we get a little curious and we wonder if the grass is greener on the other side. So we take unnecessary trips to places looking for happiness when it's not there. Really, it's where it's always been in Jesus. There was a time that was mentioned of a little boy who lived in a suburb, and he was about 8 years old, and they lived near the city, but he had never been to the city because, of course, the city was a big place, and they didn't ever take him there. And one day he asked, he said, can I go to the city? And they was like, no, you don't want to go there. He's like, no, there's got to be a happy place. Well, after his mom and dad said no, he ran away from home, and he ran to the city. And when he ran to the city, he would walk the streets, and he would notice the faces of people, and he started to become afraid because he realized this ain't the comfort of home no more. Now I don't know anybody, don't even know if the next person I pass would love me or hate me. And as it started growing darker, he started looking for the way back home, and he could not find it. He was lost, and he started crying on the streets, and people just kept passing him up and passing him up. Nobody really cared. And finally a cop stopped by, and he said, son, can I help you? Are you lost? And he started crying. He said, yes, sir, I'm lost. He said, well, what's your address? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, well, do you know your phone number? He said, I don't know that either. I don't know the information I need to get back home but one thing. And he's like, okay, well, what's that? He's like, my house is near a church, and on the top of this church is this huge cross that they light up at night. He said, if you can take me to the cross, then I'll know I'll be home. Wow. Isn't that us? If you can just take me to the cross, then I know I'm home. Then I know I've got that comfort of somebody loving me. I don't have to worry about the next person that passes by. Will they help me? Will they not? Do they like me? Do they not? Do they love me? Do they hate me? We spend all of our time trying to please people and look for places in this earth that would give happiness. We look through relationships. We look through all kinds of things that we think would bring us happiness. And in the whole time, it's all in John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. Whosoever would believeth on him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I believe sometimes we've got to do that in life. If you can just take me to the cross, I know I'll be home. I know I'll be safe. I know I'll be okay. We spend so much of our life listening to the TVs and people telling us that you got to have this to be happy, or you have to have this amount of money to be happy, or you have to live in this certain place to be happy, or you have to have these certain things to be happy. And I want you to know today, if you're out there listening, that it is just as easy as this. As that little boy said, I don't know all the information to tell you how to get home. I don't know some critical things like my phone number and address, but I do remember one thing about my home. I can remember that cross lights up every night, and I know that if I can get back to the cross, I'll be okay. I'll be home. So today, if you're watching and you are going through addiction and the devil is trying to take you away and trying to make you feel happy every place when you have not felt happy or peace in a long time, fall on your knees wherever you are and say, if you can just take me to the cross, I know I'll be home. Thank you again for allowing me to share 5 minutes with you. I appreciate this time with you. May God bless you.